Welcome back, this is ViperAS for Viperland, and I am playing more Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. I just got my own personal little rook, not rook, pawn. Yeah, it's funny, the one you're given is called rook, but it's pawn. Okay, so I just made Valtiel. Little mage, gonna do some damage for me. And now I talk to the Riftstone again, and this brings me in here. This is the online aspect of the pawns. Any pawn somebody's made has a chance of coming in here. You usually see ones around your level. You can see what level they are, what cost they are in Riftstones, or Rift Crystals, which is RC. I have 9, so I can really only summon somebody at my level. And if you talk to them, you can see view details. You can see all sorts of stuff about them, but all I'm worried about right now is what abilities they have. That guy's only got 2, but at level 4, most of them are only going to have 2. So I definitely want another caster. Let's see what... He? She? I can't even tell, actually. I think that's a he. Doesn't matter. I'm looking for abilities. So they've got a heal and fire boon. That's not bad, but I know my chick's already got a heal. I kind of want somebody with a little oomph to him. I don't want that rook. I've already got a rook. I might just keep my rook if I can't find any other caster. So we'll look for... I also wanted an archer, or a ranger, whatever they're called. So I think I'll do that. I'm going to enlist that pawn. And there we go. I could... Yes. I might actually do this just to show what it's like. You can search. So we're going to do pawns by level. We want level 4. Yes. You can also change search conditions. Let's say we only want a mage, because the other one's going to be too high level anyway. Those don't matter. Gender, I don't care. And let's finish. Now it'll show that we can choose a pawn to summon. This just brings it into this little realm area. So we've got primary skills and secondary skills. We've got ice boon and a heal. I want one with a ingle and fire boon. There you go. That's a good combination, for right now at least, because my chick's already going to be healing. I know that. I'm going to give her a heal spell. This person, and they tend to show a different color once they get summoned, so we'll let them be summoned. There you go. So it makes it known that that's the person you summoned. Oh, I don't want to enlist yet. I want to check view details. So you go over. You got Ingle, which I know from previous playing is just a fireball, but that's still damage. And you've got Fire Boon, which enchants all allies' weapons with fire. Very good for something weak against fire. As a melee person, I'm going to switch out Rook, because I like to have just pure summoned people instead of just Rook. He's cool. You can hold on to him as long as you want. The pawns that you summon, the ones that aren't your personal one, will never level up. So these are level 4 right now, and I'm level 4, which is cool, makes them inexpensive to summon, but I will at some point have to change them out for other pawns. Your personal pawn does level up. You can set their skills, their abilities, their items, all that stuff. Your personal one you customize 100%. But the ones that you get from other people out in the wilderness, or the internet, as most people would call it, you cannot customize. You do this little training bit here. Very simple. They make it seem like it's timed and it's important. It doesn't matter. It's very simple. I've never failed it. Even when I had no idea what I was doing, it's basically let the pawns do it. As long as you have 3 pawns, you're going to pass this. For the third one, you want 3 pawns, and you also want at least one of them to be a caster. That's the important thing. Otherwise, super easy. Almost impossible to fail these. This first one, you just grab these things with R2, jump off, and you bring them over to the designated drop area. If you grab one, your pawns grab all the other. It's really hard to fail. They say there's a deadline, but it doesn't matter. So the other pawns, not the ones that are yours, but the, is there one up here? There's still one left somewhere. Okay. The pawns that aren't yours can pick up items out in the world. They can gather from gathering points, they can gather items from chests, from enemies, and they'll hold on to them. You can also just manually give them your items to hold on to for a little bit. They will give them back when they leave, or you can have them give it back at any time. But when you send them back, they will automatically, everything in their inventory that they didn't start with, like they start with their items, you cannot remove those. Their equipment is just set. That's what they're going to use. You can look at it, you can't take it for obvious reasons. Otherwise you'd break the game. My vocation increased from stabbing the air? Alright, fine, whatever. Vocation is your class, my warrior class. You gain physical levels, your character levels, and you also gain vocation levels. Vocation levels give you more points to spend on abilities, and they give you access to more abilities. And this one they ask you to... The red ones are the ones you can punch with a sword, the blue ones take magic, which is why I've got a caster. Yay, everything dies. So vocation levels are very good, very beneficial. So are character levels. I mean, it's all benefiting your character. There is reason to stay with the character class after level 10, just if you like the class. They all play very differently. I'd figure, like when I started, I figured, oh, they're just gonna be your standard classes. Like I played the ranger into the sniper, and I was like, oh, the snipers are not gonna be too much different. Very different. Like, there's still reason to play the lower level classes. If you like them, they're a lot of fun, and the other ones play differently, and there are still strength to the lower level classes. So it's a good thing to do. I don't need to be in this area anymore. So a good way to get around the weight issue I talked about earlier, give your heavy items to your pawns, specifically the ones that aren't even yours. Just give them your items, they'll slow them down, sure, but so? Especially give them to the casters, because they just stand still anyway. That's what I usually do. I give it to the casters. They don't move around too much, they can still keep up enough with you, and it doesn't matter. They use their stuff, and you get it back when it's all done anyway, so it all works out. I don't even remember what that just was, but what we're doing now, we're going to talk to this guy. In this place, these type guys you want to look for. Not only is it the innkeeper, and you can manage stored items, which is very useful. Learn or set skills. This is what you need. Because leveling up doesn't actually do anything for you other than just get you the ability to do these. You have to actually purchase the skills yourself and allocate them where you want. Augments and super augments are not class specific. So if I get fitness and vigilance and equip those, and then I switch over to a mage, I can still have fitness and vigilance equipped. Very beneficial. Core skills are clearly only for that class. I can't afford that, but I can get takedown. I don't want that right now. And I've got 3 each, sword and shield skills. What do I got? Broad cut, tusk toss. That's not bad. And skyward lash. Here we've got shield strike, springboard. I'll never use that. And symbol attacks. I'm gonna try tusk toss. And I can still get shield strike. And then from here you can hit L1 or R1 to switch over to your pawn and give them abilities. Very useful. So, I know I've got somebody with a fire boon already, so for her, I'm going to give her ice boon. Nah, thunder boon. I think there's more enemies weak to thunder, but I'm really not sure. I base that off of vague recollections of how the game went. And I know the other guy's already got a high damage ability, so I don't need to get a damage ability yet. I will, but to start out with. Then when you try and exit, it'll ask you to change your enabled skills, which is good, because just buying them doesn't do anything. You have to put them to a button. You can only have 3 of your primary, 3 of your secondary, and a bunch of augments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. So, for her, she's already got... Oh, she already does have a fire damage, and the heal, and now she can also thunder boon. So now I've got 2 elements covered. I'll give her a different elemental attack at some point, so that's covered too. And I've just rounded out my character a bit more. And until the next time I get a vocation level at least. I'm not going to store any items right now because I'm not weighted down. That's the wrong button. I meant to hit select. Yeah, I'm still very light. They're even lighter, but whatever. Even in towns you find gathering points sometimes. I found a war bugle. I don't even know. Oh, I do recall actually. So, you can see your different characters' inventories, but you can also... There's a combine area somewhere. No, it's not under equipment. I think it's just under the inventory. You can go to an item like the war bugle. You can hit that and hit combine. And then it'll show it can combine with something. I don't know what that item is yet. I don't have it yet. But it can make something else. Usually you do these for like medicines and stuff. Type of herb that grows throughout granises, consumed to purge the body of poisons. I could probably combine that with something else to make like a better poison. Oh. Food in your inventory goes bad. Over time your food will go bad. However, if I put that bit of meat in an airtight flask, it won't go bad. And there you go. I have successfully kept Scrag of Beast. So now that's not going to go bad. Pretty useful. I can do Nightcry and Wormwood Sap to make something unknown. Once you make it, you know what it is. Desiccated herbs, whatever. Consume them to recover a bit of health. Perfect. You always want to keep health around. You could buy some, and I probably should, but whatever. Before I leave this area, if you are not connected to the internet, and if you're not, I don't know how you're watching this right now, maybe at a mobile device or something, but if your PS3 is not connected to the internet at all, you'll find people around, and if you walk up next to them, that's not that guy, I'm trying to find one, you talk to him, there you go. See how it says a level 11 next to the name? That is a in-game pawn. You don't have to be connected to the internet, they're just set around here, they're randomized, you can do the same thing, view their details, see about them. This is way too high a level for me to summon because I don't have enough stuff, but that's how you get your pawns that way, which is pretty useful. You can also add them to favorites to like find later. There you go, like an archer. If I wanted a level 11 archer, there's probably lower level people around here too. I haven't seemed to have found them, but that's how you get them offline. I like to get them online because there's benefits to it. When you travel around with one of them, an online pawn, when you send them back, the owner of that pawn gets rift crystals based on how much time, how much experience they spent with you, which is really awesome. And I like it when I get those rift crystals, so I like to try and pay it forward for all intents and purposes. Also, when you send them back, you can give them an item to give to their master, and when they return, that person gets an item. Usually people just give them something low level, but you can give them anything. You can also rate them based on appearance, usefulness in combat, and another stat which completely escapes me at this point in time. I honestly don't remember what it is. I know there's another one. Let's try and launch him into the air. Yeah! So, it's generally... I try and use the online ones for those reasons. Haha, I've got a guy. There's also no friendly fire, which is very good, because if there was, the late game spells would be impossible to use. You would just annihilate your team. It would be impossible. So, that's not the case. It works out nicely. I had a hunk of ore. What else was I going to talk about? So many things to say, so many distractions to keep me from saying them. I think I had to gather some plants around here. And if I recall correctly, the plants are found underneath trees. So are goblins, so I can kind of do multiple things at once. And you can see my weapon is now fiery. I think goblins are weak against fire. Not that you'd notice, because I'm not doing a lot of damage, but hey, whatever. Goblin's dead. Hunk of ore. Oh, wow, he kind of just popped out of the grass, didn't he? You die. How about you go flying? I tried to catch him. Only caught my own person, though. They're dead? Yes. Alright. If I can't find many... Oh, here we go. These are what we're looking for. I think we need 5 of these flowers. 1, 2... Killed a wabbit. Where did he go? I wanted the flower more, I guess. Yeah, the wabbit got away. So that was 3. I think there's 1... Oh, rabbit! Rabbit! Haha. Ah, sweet. Valtil. My pawn got a rank. There's just 1 more tree with those flowers around it. I know there's another one around here. I could technically rest at the inn for a little while. A day or so, and it would respawn, but forget that. And if I can't find it in a minute, I'm just going to go back to town. Yes, I know plants grow around here. That's what I'm out here for, actually. Thank you, pawns, for telling me the obvious. Ooh, a chest. What's in it? I don't even remember what those do. And I hit the wrong button. Now those... Charm amplifies defense for a period of time. I tend to just let those accumulate. I'm sure they're really useful, but along with gaming ADD, I also have RPG hoarder syndrome. It'll always be useful later, so why would I use it now? Alright, I can't find those other flowers right now, but the quest also isn't going anywhere. So, I think I'm just gonna head back. Rabbit! Haha. Got 11 for that rabbit. Haven't I normally been getting 10? Rabbits again! Haha! It should not be this fun to just slaughter random little creatures. Maybe that says something about me as a person, but I don't know. It's for a quest. I mean, that's the excuse, right? You can also pick up giant boulders. Like if there was a guy around here, I could throw it at him. But even better, if there was a guy down there, like, hi-ya! Something's gonna get hit in the head. There's not anything down there, so it's kind of wasted, but as a demonstration. Right here. I think I killed enough rabbits for that, actually. And I think this is where I need to go for the quest. That I actually gotta check. I guess so. I think I get a quest when I go in here for going into the well, the sewers, wherever it may be. So I'm gonna try that. I think I also get an escort quest for a chick who pops up several times throughout this game. That said, I believe that's time for this episode. I'm trying to cut it on a more rigorous schedule for once instead of going over for every episode. Thank you for watching. Tune in next episode for more Viperland, and I will probably be looking around this area and then going down into the sewers to fight evil lizard people things. So thanks for tuning in, and until next time.